Ladies and gentlemen, the FIFA 18 demo is here, and boy, oh boy, do I have stuff to talk about. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the FIFA 18 demo is finally out. And let me just say, I've been waiting for this for a long time. Right now, it's been out for probably about 3 or 4 days. If you guys haven't got your hands on it, I would highly recommend you do. But I've played a lot of games. I've played a lot of games against the AI on Legendary difficulty, probably about 30 of those. And then I've also played about 10 or so games against other people just locally. And I must say, this gameplay feels absolutely phenomenal. I'll get a bit more into that. But before this video starts, I just want to say that all of these opinions that I'm about to broadcast to you guys are my own opinions and experiences, and they might not be representative of yours. So, of course, leave your opinions down in the comment section below. If you don't like this demo and you don't like the way FIFA 18 is going, leave that down below. But on top of that, I will be showing some FIFA 18 gameplay in the background, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it. And yeah, so let's just get straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the visuals. I'll start on the visuals because it's a small topic, and then we'll move on to some more of the gameplay features and all that sort of stuff. And I must say, this year the visuals look so good. Like, I'm talking on point. You can see right now the flags waving in the background, and there's so much like cool features. I'm actually going to display a little clip right here.
We're here to describe the action for you. Nice to have you with us. Martin Tyler here and Alan Smith. Real Madrid got the better of Atletico, but they were fancy to do so, and they did in Lisbon in 2014. Atletico have got a chance to counter-punch today, if you like.
Yeah, they have. And it was a fantastic game, wasn't it? But Real just had the better individuals on the night. But I think this is going to be one to remember too.
Looking at the lineup, he's got all the components in place, hasn't he, the manager, for the pressing style of play that's been a feature of his team.
Yeah, and many an opponent has found it difficult to cope with. If your touch isn't spot on against this aggressive type of closing down, you're going to lose it in dangerous areas.
And that was basically the Liga Santander broadcasting package, and that is absolutely phenomenal. You've got the Real Madrid chants in there. I got shivers watching that. That is how good that was. And it's so realistic now, it's ridiculous. Look at Ronaldo there doing his iconic celebration, hitting him with the C. So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very, very good. You can see like a nice little pan over here of the crowd. You can see like the lights reflect off those little banners there. They've got the individualized club banners. And I'd expect that, like, probably more iconic ones for the partnered clubs over the non-partnered clubs. But it looks phenomenal, I must say. This game is probably the best FIFA we've seen right now, and the only things I can really criticize right now is like the way the nets move, and this might be just a Santiago Bernabeu thing where the nets are really tight and they kind of feel like old FIFA-ish. But if they can fix that and they can fix how the net moves, then I think we're done. I think this FIFA looks absolutely phenomenal, and there is no complaints at all. But that's going to do it for the visuals, and now let's move on to something a bit different. We're going to talk about the gameplay, what's changed, and why this is probably one of the best FIFA versions we've actually ever seen so far. So we're going to start straight off, something pretty simple with the kickoff, and you actually have to, you've only got one player now when you kick off from the center circle, and you have to pass it back. And I think this is a really good, like, just change just generally. It doesn't really take away from the immersion, because a lot of teams actually do still, like, they do kick off like this. But the bonus for this is that people can't now just run straight through the defense because they're not set. The ball has to go backwards into your own half, and because of this, your opposition now has a chance to like set up and all that sort of stuff. So it's all good like that. And you'll see right here, yeah, now I have a chance to like mold to how they're gonna play, and it just makes for a nice little start to the game versus oh look, I'm just sprinting through my entire defense and now it's a goal. So I think that's a really, really welcome change, and it stops a lot of kickoff goals, which is absolutely great. On top of that, defending is a lot more manual, and I very much like this change. It's probably one of the top changes I rate, because what happens with defending now is your defenders will stay in place, same with your midfielders, same with your attack, but they don't auto lunge. They don't auto do anything. In fact, what they do is they just stand there and they're good players for you to switch to, which is great. So basically now, defending is a lot more skill based and not something where you can just drop the controller and get the ball back about like 2-3 minutes later, which is absolutely phenomenal. I must rate it, definitely. What's really good about that is players that are good at defending will be rewarded. You'll have to manually intercept passes now, you have to manually cut off passing lanes, you have to manually tackle people, and it's much, much, much better. And I think it's going to accentuate the top players within FIFA 18 and really encourage people to like step up their game to another level. And of course, I'll be dropping another defending tutorial as soon as I get a hold around defending. I'm not great myself, as you can see right there. I let through, I think that was Rashford or Pogba, one of the two, and yeah, unfortunately for me, I'm not the best right now at all, but I will bring a defending tutorial as soon as I get my head around how to defend in FIFA 18. On top of that, the overlapping runs are so good. You can see right here, Modric making a great run down the middle. That would never happen in FIFA 17 at all. When you press through ball, there's a player running onto the through ball. It's great. They don't just stop when they're clearly making a run. When they're clearly making a run, you don't want them to just stop in place. And man, that is such a welcome change. And it's actually going to it creates so many more goal opportunities than you would have ever got in FIFA 17, which is very, very welcome. And one of the things I must say is very, very good in this title of FIFA 18 is the dribbling play. Dribbling feels so much more responsive. The whole game feels so much more responsive. I think that's mainly due to the fact that they've updated their whole thing, I think, how it renders, where instead of taking an input every animation, they take an input every frame now. So basically what you can do is you can turn mid-frame, and it'll actually respond to your actions. So I've noticed the gameplay myself being a lot more responsive, and kudos to EA. If they can make this work in Ultimate Team and really improve the servers and make the servers not so laggy and stuff like that, I think honestly FIFA 18's Ultimate Foot Champs, or FIFA 18 in general, is going to have the best of FIFA gameplay we've seen so far. So have to be like 100% behind that. Great responsivity. I don't know if that's the right word. It's just really, really responsive, and that's what I really like. But on top of that, I was talking about how dribbling is really good, and that's because of this whole new engine. But on top of that, players with better dribbling are noticeable. And that is something that we've wanted for such a long time. Players like Messi, they should be able to carve up people, carve through defenses if the defender's not good. If the defender's good, obviously they can stop him. But players like Messi, players like Neymar, players like Ronaldo, players like Dybala, Griezmann, they should be very, very noticeable defensively wise. And especially players like David Silva or like Iniesta, the players which have like very high dribbling stats, I believe they have high dribbling stats, but they should be better than just LTRT dribblers. They should be able to maneuver around players, and yeah, it's gonna work for a very, very good version of FIFA. Now, on top of that, skill moves are pretty much back because defending is a lot more manual. So if you can hit people with Berber spins, if you can hit people with like Balassi flicks, all that sort of stuff, your Rabonas, your skill moves, all that sort of stuff, so your flick flacks, you're gonna tear up defenses. And skilling, I think, is back in FIFA 18. In FIFA 17, it was just dead, and I think in FIFA 14 or 15, it was a lot better than 18, but I think 18, it does have a semi-revival, which is going to be great. And you're going to see a lot more players that like skill moves starting to do a lot more skill moves, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. The one thing I'm kind of iffy about is shooting. I'm not sure if shooting is the best, just because I'm not sure if they've done goalkeepers correctly. I have a feeling that if you, like, for a lot of my shots, if you shoot from the right angle and the right position, it pretty much goes in. You'll see right here, I'm 3-0 up. And the Man United team that I'm playing up against definitely has had a lot more chances. But shooting just seems to go in very easily. Like, I expected double taps to be heavily nerfed this year, but they seem to still work. And you can see right there, like, even with the double tap, De Gea just absolutely flopped onto the ground. Modric's goal earlier, De Gea literally dived out of the way. And I'm not sure if that's like, if it's supposed to be like that, if goalkeepers aren't supposed to be that good, but I feel like we're going to have a lot of high-scoring games in FIFA 18 if people can work out how to break down defenses and shoot accurately. I must say, finesse shots are pretty easy to score, double taps are pretty easy to score, one-on-ones are easy to score if you know how to double tap finesse. On top of that, chip shots, I haven't really noticed them too much. They don't seem to be working for me. But that's just my own personal opinion. You're going to see a sweaty goal here from Benzema to Ronaldo, and De Gea almost getting there, but not really. But powers are very effective as usual, and then on top of that, long shots are super effective. I had like 4 long shots in one game with Juan Mata on his left foot. On his weak foot. I can't remember which one because I looked at it back. But 4 long shots from the top of the thing, just him at Cam, and he was just banging them in. So I think players like Eriksen, like De Bruyne, are going to be very, very overpowered this year, just because of the fact that long shots are so effective. And Messi at Cam is going to be ridiculous. I wish I got that Messi Cam card again. But you never know. We might be able to pack him. We might be able to pack him. You never know sometimes. On top of that, the other thing I did notice is passing is very effective. It's probably one of the best ways to break down an opponent if they're very aggressive. You can pass back and forth a couple of times. The passing feels responsive. It actually goes to where you normally like it to go, which is great. And yeah, it just feels amazing. So I'm very, very happy with the passing. And that's about it. I feel like in this year's FIFA, you can't really pressure and sprint as much as you could in last year's FIFA, just because pressuring obviously brings all your other players out, and defense this year is going to be critical. It's going to be so important that you know how to defend effectively. And yeah, I think pressuring and overpowering your opponent, if they're good at avoiding it, it's not going to be effective at all. Sprinting, again, if you can do it right and you can get your body movements right, then you're going to be fine. But if you can't do that, you're not going to have a fun time, just because I feel like you can just run straight into players in FIFA 18, and I don't think the sprint game is as high as it was in FIFA 17, but we'll see how that goes. And then on top of that, passing, as I said already, has been absolutely phenomenal. So I think possession play is going to be amazing this year, and yeah, that's about it for that. And oh, there's one more feature that I have noticed, and I'm not sure how I feel about how it's implemented, but that is the automatic substitutions, where you can just hold down RT and click a quick sub. And the problem for me is that when I'm running down the wing and I get tackled by someone, it's kind of a bit of a problem because I'm spamming A, but I'm still holding RT, so I've just made accidentally a substitution there. And that's probably not what I want to do. It's probably my fault, and I really wish... I haven't really looked into it too much, so maybe there is a way you can disable it, or just, not have it mapped up to the same buttons. But, yeah, besides that, I'm pretty happy with how the gameplay's running, and it is very, very good. I think it's probably one of the most balanced versions of FIFA 18, just because for the fact that you can... defending is to the point where you have to be good at it, and attacking is to the point where you have to be good at it, and you need to know how to manipulate the game to get past your defensive line, and then you should be able to score. So yeah, that's how I feel about the gameplay and the features in general for how the gameplay reacts. And finally, guys, I'm going to be talking about the actual players and formations and what I've experienced in that department, and what I think is really effective and what it isn't. And this should give us a good idea of where I'm going to probably go within FIFA 18 and some of the players I want to pick up. So let's get straight into it. First of all, I do want to say that I think that the left mid and right mid positions nowadays in FIFA 18 have been heavily revamped. And what I mean by that is they actually are within the play again. In FIFA 17, a lot of the play was just straight down the middle, and it was all about just LTRTing around your opponent, getting the ball to like someone in the middle, and literally just running through your defense. And I think in FIFA 18 this is no longer the case. You can spread out the play a bit more, passing's a lot better, so you can now pass and ping the ball around a lot more. And I think in FIFA 18 it's going to be a lot better to use left mid and right mid than it was in FIFA 17, so that's going to be great. We're going to see a lot more players using those formations, and it's going to give up a lot more different combinations, a lot of different counters. Like for example, in FIFA 17 we really only saw a couple formations, and I hope this isn't the case in FIFA 18. I really hope it gets to the point where we have a lot of different formations and a lot of different players like a lot of different playstyles. I'm hoping we see some more of the wide formations, but I'm also expecting us to see 4-2-3-1 and 4-1-5 at the back formations. And the reason for that is because I believe that defending this year is going to be hard for a lot of people to get used to. So what they're going to do is they're going to set up in a 5 at the back formation, and they're going to be able to learn how defending works and just see out games and actually defend properly. I have a feeling that a lot of players don't really know how to defend as well as they would like to, and we're going to see a lot more of these formations. So I think defending is going to be a big issue in this FIFA for a lot of players, and we're going to really need to work on it just generally. On top of that, a lot of players that are going to be good. I have a feeling that a lot of the agile players, your Griezmanns, your Messis, your Dybala in this demo is phenomenal. I have a feeling that they're going to be used a lot, and that's just because their LTRT for some reason just feels a lot better than other players. They're able to just hold up the ball a bit more, and they make great overlapping runs. Of course, they're rapid as well. Sane is rapid, and players with good dribbling are able to maneuver through players. And kind of like in real life. In real life, in FIFA compared to FIFA 17, a lot of players just get bullied off the ball. But like you'll see players like Neymar, like Messi, just kind of like maneuver around players and just somehow get past them miraculously just because they're so talented. And I have a feeling that those abilities are going to shine through a bit more in FIFA 18. So hopefully we'll see some more of those players. Hopefully it'll give a bit more use to players like David Silva and Santi Cazorla. And some other players that we really just don't see that much in Ultimate Team because they don't fit the meta of the gameplay. And yeah, that's another thing. And I must say that I think the better defenders are going to be costing quite a bit. I've been playing with Chiellini, I've been playing with Boateng, I've been playing with Hummels. They are phenomenal. They are so good. And yeah, I just think they're going to be used quite a bit if people can get their hands on them. But of course, they're going to be expensive at the start of FIFA 18. So hopefully we can get our hands on some good players at the start of FIFA 18. I'm very hyped for it. Hopefully you guys are. But that's going to pretty much wrap up my whole features and stuff about FIFA 18 that I've noticed, I've seen. And hopefully you guys have noticed the same sort of things. Let me know what you felt down about this FIFA 18 demo down in the comments. I honestly think it's probably the most balanced version of FIFA. I think this is what they need to take into a FUT Champs for FIFA 18. So, but let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think about this. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to smash a thumbs up, drop a subscribe. More FIFA 18 content coming very soon to a channel near you. And on top of that, we've got some other things coming as well. So hopefully that'll be interesting. But until the next video, guys, I will see you guys next time. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.